got my digits up. Your favorite, bruh. You don't want no trouble, cuz. The 25th I got.
It's Madden NFL 22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Ravens and the Chargers coming up next.
From the future home of Super Bowl 56, there's a look at SoFi Stadium just south of downtown Los Angeles. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Chargers. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. First down, Ravens. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson. To Boyle here over the middle. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Got a man. It's Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long from Jackson and the Ravens. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Deshaun Elliott up to make the play defensively. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Herbert. It's complete to Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, grab that dagger play, grab that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Again, Herbert. Ebron with it over the middle. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big game that time for the Chargers. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. On 2nd and goal, Herbert. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This taken in at the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is recovered by the Chargers. A costly mistake there in the return game, and that is not how you want to answer an opening touchdown.
Yeah, and your defense is asking you a lot of questions right now because you're already down 7-0. You turn the ball over, they've got to go right back out there to try and keep it from getting to 14-0.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Herbert. And this is caught. He's got a touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Taken at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage. We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid,
Running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the second round? That's what I call a steal.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Boyle here. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 35. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Here's Jackson to throw. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And this pass broken up. And the contact long time there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now's not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game. Take the points when they're there. And put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
Now he's forced out left. And this is caught by Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arm saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Flushed out right. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. On the ground, it's Eckler. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Adafe Owe able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Badgley's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. 7 yards, the pickup there. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. A final shot before break. Jackson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. So we have come to halftime. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. 17-3 the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Charger drive about to get going. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
This pass finds its way to Williams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On second down, Eckler. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Herbert now. Escaping the pressure right. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Badgley able to punch this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
2 yards on the first down carry and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now Jackson on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins, and he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Here's a give to Dobbins. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Jackson now. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Nick Boyle. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach. And let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. That's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. Hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach. Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd down.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off right around the 43. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
Here's Jackson.
He finds Bateman over the middle. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Jackson will throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get...
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again. Here the 4th.
Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. That time a 6-play drive.
And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Back to the air. Herbert on 2nd down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Justin Madubuike, never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Now it's Jackson.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
So the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And Jackson throwing once, and he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Dietrich Wise, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. 2nd down and goal. Jackson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Gus Edwards.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was polished off by the Gus Edwards touchdown run. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning.
The Charger drive about to get going. Herbert finding Allen.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First down now, but that clock rolling.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Herbert to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. You know, you're following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under. CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking,
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this.
There we go.
After review of the play, going on the field is reversed.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
Flush to his, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Now Herbert.
He finds his target, Ebron. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set.
Herbert going to throw. This is swung out to Eckler.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Throwing, Herbert. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, it could come back at you a long way.
This fielded right at the goal line. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles? And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. Oh, and what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain. Now Jackson. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
This is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And that's complete to Brown. And he will have the conversion on 4th down. He's out of bounds as well to keep their hopes alive. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Jackson to throw. Connects with Duvernay. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Jackson. This for all the marbles. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish